What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to episode 19 of our FM19 Olympic Lyonnais save, where of course today back again with two more games. Like I mentioned, it's going to be Manchester City and Brest. Of course, actually it's quite good timing because in real life Lyon just played Manchester City and it was a 2-2 draw. I'm hoping for a bit of a better result, but you know, after the thumping by Valencia, at this point I'll take any points we can get. Since we last met, of course, you guys saw the 3-3 draw against Guingamp. We went on to win 3-0 against Angers, scoring 3 goals in 4 minutes, rather. Mendy, Depay and Hussein all grabbing them. So yeah, looking like we're in better form now. Of course, that puts us 2 points behind league leaders Bordeaux. So Guingamp actually did slip up. However, a bit more pressure as PSG is only 1 point behind us, as are Monaco. So the league title is very, very open and wide at the minute, and we really need to just keep on performing the way we are. Of course, Mendy and Fekir doing very well this season, so hopefully they can keep going. Lopez as well with 5 clean sheets in 8 games, not a bad feat from him. So the league campaign's going pretty well, can't complain. Also, you'll remember that I was complaining that we had all this balance in the bank and the board weren't giving me any money for the transfer window. My prayers have been answered. As you can see, a transfer budget of 40 million. It's in the region that I was asking for, so I can't complain too much. What I think I do need to do, though, is maybe just bring it... So I could absolutely max it out to 48, but I think I actually need to bring it down a little bit to help our wage budget. Just because our committed spending is going to be 1.2 and we're spending 1.21. So hopefully that might help out. I'm not too sure if it's going to, as we've lost 7 million between I last looked at this figure and now. So have to keep an eye on that. Not sure what's happening there, but without further ado, let's hop into this Champions League game. Of course, we are the only 2 teams in our group with 0 points. So yeah, let's just hope we can get 3 points is what we're after here, but I'll take 1 point, I think, as things stand. They are the favourites. They're 6-4 and we're 13-8. Although I think our form is better than theirs slightly, so could be quite an even matchup. I'm not sure on which signings and which summer transfers that they've done, so it'll be interesting to see how their lineup changes or has changed since the first season. Let's have a look then. I'm not too sure if I'm too happy with this. Let's have a look. I kind of want Pineda to start, but I quite like that middle trio. Papachik's a bit tired. Okay, if I bring on Pineda there, I feel like Terrier deserves a start because he hasn't started much this season. I'm going to leave it at that. I think the rest I'm happy with. I think, yeah, brought on Pineda for a bit more creativity in the middle. Foden, Fekir and Terrier, I think, should be enough to terrorise Man City a little bit. Interestingly, Foden, of course, playing against his own club. He's on loan from Man City, so be interesting to see if he does score against them. So that's the team we're going to submit. I'm going to obviously run through them again when they're side by side. Let's see what Pep Guardiola has done with this Manchester City side. So I'll start off with us on the left-hand side. So it's Lopez, Dalot, Pongracic, Denayer, Mendy, Sanderberg, Dombele, Pineda, Foden, Fekir and Terrier round out our lineup. And elsewhere it's Edison in goal, Mbambu, Company, Stones, and they have a Mendy of their own to round out their back 4. Kevin De Bruyne, Milinkovic, Savic, Sane, Silva, Sterling, Aguero. So nothing too crazy. Of course, Mbambu and Milinkovic, Savic really the only 2 major changes. De Bruyne is playing pretty deep. He is happy to play there, but I thought they'd be playing him a bit further forward. But you know, Pep Guardiola is the so-called mastermind. Elsewhere on the bench, the only real noticeable signing is Wilfried Zaha. The 26-year-old Ivorian has obviously moved there in the summer for 43.5. So yeah, he'll probably make an appearance, I imagine, if Sane's not pulling his weight. But yeah, not too many changes for the Man City lineup, which is quite interesting. I think we could actually take them. You know, we have obviously beaten PSG a lot in the past. We've beaten Juventus, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid. We've beaten some very good teams, of course. Against the Manchester teams, or teams from Manchester, we of course don't have the best record. So hopefully that doesn't continue today. But as we kick things off, we're in the white, they're in their light blue, baby blue, and they have a highlight here. It's Sterling on the right-hand side, who's over to Aguero, who's in behind, and that seems to be a common theme that I'm noticing. I might have to bring in a centre-back. I think a centre-back might have to be our next signing, because between Pongracic and Denayer, I just don't think there's something going wrong, because a lot of players are getting in behind us this season. I mean, Denayer has 15 pace. Let's see, Pongracic has 14, so I mean, I don't even think it's pace. I don't really know what... sorry, as I bashed my desk, might have made a noise there. But I don't really know what else I can really do with that centre-back pairing. But as De Bruyne whips in a corner, Pongracic does clear very well. Terrier up to Fekir. So we're on the break here into Foden, who has acres of space. He takes it into the box, and oh my god, he's hoofed it wide. That's an inside job if I've ever seen one. He should be scoring that. He's secretly playing for Man City there. Sander Berg, crunching tackle, edge of the box. Dombele, only as far as Mendy. De Bruyne on the edge of the box, into Mendy, and we do get it away. A bit of a scramble as there. Mendy collects it, switches the play, but Foden intercepts it nicely. Now he's bursting forward. Fekir's through into Terrier. Terrier one touch and a lovely tackle. I think that's Laporte or Stones. Lovely tackle from them. So we do have a corner. Fekir's going to take, whips it in, only as far as Milinkovic-Savic, and they scramble that away. So a good showing from us so far. A bit disappointing that Foden has not scored that chance, but hey, you can't score them all. So it happens. They're on the attack now, as Milinkovic-Savic back to Mbambu. Silva, Sane, scrambled away only as far as Sterling, Company. And we're really pressuring him. He's under pressure here. He's got to play it back to the goalkeeper, I think. He does indeed, back to Edison, who's nice and composed. Launches it forward as far as Pongracic, De Bruyne. A bit of ping-pong football here. Terrier. Not the best of balls I've seen. It goes back to Edison. So we're really forcing them back here. They can't really get forward. Fekir now, lovely touch into Terrier, and it's over the crossbar. Not even a corner kick, so he's just absolutely wasted that chance. But I'm liking the pressure we're applying to them. They get the ball. We're really pressured. Pongracic, lovely tackle. He's looked much better today than I think he has in the past couple games. Into Fekir, lovely touch out of his feet, and Edison equal to it. And we need to start grabbing some of these chances if we want to secure, the 3 points today. Fekir with another corner. Haven't been the best delivery so far, and they continue not to be. But Sander Berg collects it. Fekir, and it's offside. It's a free kick to Man City. But a good showing from us in the opening half hour. Unfortunate not to be ahead, but like I mentioned, I'm really loving this pressure we're applying. They get the ball, we suffocate them. They have to play it back to Edison, and his options are denied, so he has to launch it forward and gift us back possession. Elsewhere in our group, it looks like Roma are 1-0 up from Edin Dzeko, so they go top of the group. Elsewhere, of course, that's a good thing for us, as at least one of those teams are dropping points. It's better than, maybe if they both got a draw, we'd be in a bit of a pickle. As they whip in the ball here, Pongracic equal to it and heads it away. Had a great performance today from him. Terrier collects the ball up to Fekir. Over the top to Foden. He's in behind. Lovely touch back with his feet. And again, can't find the back of the goal. I've got my head in my hands. It says at the bottom down here. And Fekir with another corner. Bet Milinkovic-Savic gets this. He doesn't. Whips it deep this time. Diego Dallo was there. But Edison equal to it. And heading into half-time, it's going to be Olympique Lyonnais 0, Manchester City 0. And it's not really the result we're looking for here. Elsewhere, of course, Roma are still 1-0 up. So they're 3 points ahead of us. So it's not doom and gloom, but we really need to be scoring some of these chances that we're almost wasting in a sense. So heading to the second half here, and they get things underway. Sterling bursts forward. Nice bit of suffocation again. Really not giving them any options here, although they do find one with Mbambu. I guess it's maybe more Mbabu. Mbabu. I don't really know. Where is he come? Is he a regen? 24-year-old Swiss, plays for Young Boys. Ah. Oh, he used to play for Newcastle. Interesting. Don't really recognise his name, if I'm honest. Edison. Into Denea. Berg. Pineda. Over the top to Fekir. Gets there ahead of Company. He hits the post, though, and it's out for a throw-in, actually. That's really unlucky there. Lovely work from Fekir to muscle off Company there, and they've had a bit of another let-off here. Neither team's made any substitutions, but I am going to commit to a couple in a minute, I think. Maybe when it gets close to sort of the 60th minute mark. Company now getting harassed. Back to Edison. This is what I'm talking about. They have no options. So Fekir now in behind. Lovely touch out of his feet. Takes it into the box, and Edison equal to it. He's done so well for them today. And they've made a sub. Fernandinho's come on for David Silva, so they might be pushing De Bruyne further forward. Dombele here to Terrier. Behind to Pineda. Squares it, and it bounces off Company back to the keeper. And they get another bit of a let-off here as we get in behind. But I'm going to commit to some substitutions, I think. So let's have a look. Maxwell Cornet performed very well against them in real life. I'm going to bring him on. And I'm also going to bring on Hussein for I'm going to bring Hussein on for Sander Berg and switch those. And Sander Berg kind of reminds me of Breathe by Sean Paul at the beginning. Sander Berg and Blue. That's the cringiest thing I've ever done, so ignore that. Foden in behind. Can't find the goal. Maybe I should have brought him off, actually. He's not played the best. He's on a 6 rating, so I think at this rate he will have to come off. Although we don't have the best attacking options, so not really too sure what we're going to do about that. Elsewhere, Mendy on the ball. Back to Pineda. Dombele for Keir. Played very well today. He's just bursting forward here. Stones does get a nice challenge in. Up to De Bruyne. Denea heads away. Maxwell Cornet. Tackled by Savic. Sterling. Only as far as Dallo. So now we're on a counter hopefully here. Cornet, lovely ball into Foden. Lovely first touch. Sprints through on goal and he hits it wide again. And he's coming off. I've had enough of him. Who's on our bench? Bertrand Traore. Let's bring him on. He can go up top and be a poacher. I don't even know if this might just ruin everything of our, like the whole fundamentals of our formation, but I'm risking it at this point because shot after shot is just firing wide. Fernandinho, I have a feeling they're going to have like some amazing long shots going to curl in. Although never mind, they're through. Savic, oh Lopez with a lovely one-handed save, and we get quite lucky there. 20 shots to their 6. I can't believe I'm saying we're the lucky ones, but yeah, that's just how the game of football goes. So we've made all 3 subs. They've of course only made 1. And Babu now into De Bruyne. He has come further forward, I think, getting a bit more involved. Back to Fernandinho. I think he'll have a nice little pop shot. He doesn't. Savic into Sane, and there it is. I said they'll have 1 shot, 1 goal. Admittedly, it's closer than I thought it'd be, but edge of the box, a lovely curling effort into the bottom right-hand corner, and our Champions League campaign doesn't get any better. Fernandinho, look at that. Lovely pass into Savic, lovely vision. Lovely right-footed finish off the post. Bit fortunate for them, but the luck has sort of gone their way today, I think. And we drop down to bottom of our group again as things stand. Yeah, 6 points off the top now. So giving ourselves almost an impossible task here as we have to face Roma next, and they're in hot form. So I mean, admittedly, Man City probably are the favourites of the group, so to lose against them is not the worst result in the world, especially only 1-0. But when we perform like this, you can't help but think this is 2 points dropped, really, in my eyes. You know, opposed to them actually nicking a result. For Mendy here, up to Traore. What's he doing? There's no fire, no grit there. You know, 1 minute to go and he's falling on the floor. Fight for that ball and, you know, try and do something with it. Unfortunately, it is another loss in the Champions League. So technically in the Champions League, we've lost 3 times in a row. And we've, of course, lost to Man United last year in the final. We've now lost to Valencia and lost to Man City. And in all 3 of those games, we haven't even scored. So our Champions League form is abysmal, to be completely honest. Abysmal. A 1-0 loss to Man City. I know it's Manchester City, and as I said, they are the favourites. But when Fekir's making 5 key passes and 18 of 8.5 and Foden's just whiffing every shot, you can't help but be a little bit upset, you know. So hopefully, again, we're playing very well in the league, so hopefully we can switch our focus to that and now grab 3 points against Brest, who sit actually in 3rd place. So, again, having a very solid season for them. But yeah, I'm going to skip ahead to that game and I'll catch up with you then. Here we are then. We've reached the Brest game. And I actually found out they're called Brestois, but for some reason the game just shortens them down to Brest. So just have to hear me say Brest for the next sort of 10 to 15 minutes, depending how long this game goes on for. Elsewhere, everyone else around us has pretty much played, so you see PSG equal on points with us as they actually drew to Marseille. So if we do win today, we extend that lead to 3 points, which is always good. Unfortunately, the top 2 places just out of our reach, so today it will just be a simple fact. If we do win, we'll leapfrog up into 3rd, which isn't too bad, you know. Like I said, as long as we stay close to those 2, I reckon they'll start to fall off as the season goes on. So it's just all about getting those 3 points today. We are at home. They are in good form, but I feel like our squad should be able to overpower them and, you know, just essentially get the job done is what I'm hinting at here. We are the favourites. They've got a better league position and better form, but 2 of those defeats are in the Champions League, and let's just not talk about those because, yeah, it's just let's not reflect on the bad times. Let's just keep on moving forward. Elsewhere, let's have a look here. The front 3, I'm going to have to leave it like this. We have a lot of injuries. You see here, Toussaint's injured. Kelly Tete's injured. I know he doesn't really play. Lovro Major's not really full fitness. Depay's injured. Moussa Dembele's, got to do a fitness test. He's just coming back from a knock. So, I mean, our lineup's pretty limited here. Dubois does come in today, but that's realistically the only change I feel comfortable making. Maybe bringing in Marcelo, but in a game like this where Denayer and Pongracic have such good, green ratings, I don't really want to mess up their partnership. So I'm just going to leave that as it is. Again, we're very limited in what we can do right now, so we've just got to sort of buckle down and get on with it. Is that Phil Jagielka for them? It is indeed. The 37-year-old is playing in France. He left Everton for 450k. I didn't even know he was at Everton still in real life. I didn't even realise he was 37 years old. But that's sort of the only player I recognise immediately out of their lineup. Those other two lineups, I'm not going to run through their whole team because, admittedly, they're not very well known. So a lot of the people I'm not really too familiar with. So I'm going to skip their lineup there, but it was on screen. And I'm just going to hop straight into this game as we walk out from the tunnel here. We're in the white kit. They're in their red and white, so we get things underway here, as of course we are at home. As Fekir bursts forward, he's been playing very well since he's come back. Really has revitalised this team. I just really hope the players around him can start picking it up and actually, start doing something with the chances he's creating and even creating chances for him. We know he's very clinical, so if they put him in the right ball, right service, he's definitely going to put them into the back of the net. So I really hope, because Phil Foden was very well in the back end of last season. He was scoring quite a lot of goals, as was Lovro Major. Depay fell off, admittedly, in the second half. First half of the season, again, he was scoring a lot of goals. So I don't know why everyone's become so reliant on Fekir. As Dombele says, no, we have not become reliant. Bursts into the box, a lovely finish into the near post, and we're now 1-0 up. Which we haven't been saying all too often in these episodes. But Dombele, lovely play between him and Mendy. Back inside, takes a touch, past the defender. Easy finish for him, and it's 1-0. So like I mentioned, we do leapfrog up into third. 2 points off the top with the best goal difference in the league. So, like I said, our league campaign, our league form is pretty good. So we can't really knock that. I think the Champions League is really dampening and really making me really downplay our team performance. I'm really sitting here second guessing our players, but in reality, in the league, they are scoring a lot of goals. So I think we can convert this into both competitions. We'll be perfectly fine, and could even reach Champions League final again. The team's proven they can do it, and at this point, I haven't really sold anyone significant. Of course, Dembele was loaned out as Husem's through here. Can't convert into a goal, but I've only technically strengthened the squad by bringing in Dembele. I'm going to bring in another player in January. So, admittedly, the squad's just getting stronger. So there's no reason why we can't get there again. Obviously, other teams will be strengthening as well. But I just think this formation is very good. His tactics very solid. As you see here, 13 shots, 14 now to their 0. 6 on target to their 0, of course. Dominant in the possession. I think this tactic can get it done. I think, coming into the league and realising that our form's actually pretty good does make me feel a lot better. Of course, our only loss was on the opening day, and it was only a 1-0 loss at the end. At the end of it, we've scored 18 goals, only conceded 5. So I think the Champions League's making everything look worse than it is. But we do really need to start bucking up our ideas in that competition soon. We're actually into the second half here, so we are only 1-0 up. So maybe I shouldn't get too ahead of myself. Foden into Papacic, Husem, and that's an absolute shocking miss there. That should be hitting the back of the net, but looking a lot more composed from us today. Looks almost like, as I said, Dubois with a free kick. Can't convert it goalwards, but yeah, the game against Man City, some parts were looking very ping-pongy and really high tempo, like a scramble everywhere. I don't want to jinx it, but this game's looking a lot more composed, a lot bit slower paced. We look a bit more methodical into Pineda, and usually he scores from there, but unfortunately the keeper's equal to it. As we've nearly hit 20 shots yet, and they haven't even had one. So it really does show that we are locking this team out, and really, as I said, suffocating them, I guess, but just in a bit more of a composed manner. I'm going to bring on Terrier for Husem. Moussa Dembele, I'm going to give him a little run out to stretch his legs, and then that's it for now. Make those 2 subs. Yeah. I think that shouldn't mess up anything. I think if anything, that should push us on and make us a bit more threatening. Dembele, of course, a very good technical player, and Terrier has been known for his explosiveness when we've brought him on. So, if anything, I think that should push us on to maybe grab a second and see this game out. Fekir has a corner kick. Nice ball. Dembele equal to it across to Foden, and it's in the goal. I don't think that's offside. I think it will stand. And I said Phil Foden hasn't really been scoring. He has got 5 this season, so he's not doing too badly. A lovely header from Moussa Dembele, and I think that's the sort of presence we're missing in the box. Very tall, very powerful, lovely ball back across the box, and Foden's the first one to react. And like I said, these substitutions will help us push on and grab a second, and it's done just that as we double our lead and just extend our goal difference even more. So yeah, if we can keep this form up, yeah, I'm feeling very good about the league campaign this season. I know I said that last season, but you know, got to stay positive at the end of the day. Pineda now as we burst forward. Up to Fekir. A lovely ball in behind, but their defenders equal. Jagielka, that was actually equal to it. Still surprised he's 37 years old. I guess in real life he's only 36, but didn't realise he was that old. As they actually get a goal back here, Harrison Manzala. A bit of a blunder from Lopez, but Butin plays the ball over the top. Torre, tackled by Dene. A lovely tackle. They're the first one to the rebound, and I guess Lopez just can't stop the powerful strike, and it's into the back of the net. And this could be a shaky last five or so minutes here, 5-10 minutes, as we look just to hold on and see this game out. I think we will do so. That, you know, they've only had 2 shots to our 24, so I think we will see this out. It's unfortunate not to keep a clean sheet, but at the end of the day, I primarily only care about the 3 points. They have a throw in, Dubois first one to it, Terrier, Dembele, Fekir, up to Pineda, back to Dombele, and that's it. Full-time whistle, 1 loss and 1 win in today's episode. Luckily, again, it's a bit of yin and yang. You know, our league campaign's going swimmingly, our Champions League campaign's going horrifically. So, like I said, hopefully we can push on and turn that around. Stanez apparently have to give Man City 450k soon. That's a bit of salt in the wounds for us. I think I will actually maybe skip this Roma game and join back with you a bit further on. I just don't want the episodes to be sort of too close to each other, where it's like I play 2, skip 1, play 2, skip 1. So I think the next time we meet, it'll probably be around this Roma game, where we could essentially already be out the Champions League. But yeah, I'll update you accordingly when the next episode comes around. But as a result, that does bring us to the end of today's episode. If you did enjoy it, please drop a like, helps out a ton. Subscribe to see daily Football Manager content. Again, it comes out every day around 7 to 8 p.m. GMT. And yeah, hit a like if you enjoy it, and I'll catch you next time, guys. See you later.